For the first time ever on PC Crazy YouTube channel, we are having RAIJINTEK Ophion White, well, you have it in black as you can see right there, case. And this is a mini ITX case which is going to be sick. So yeah, let's open this. There we go, guys. So check out the design. This is really neat. You have the USB 3.0 here and you have the USB Type-C. You have a huge button right here in the middle which is really nice, and I think it glows. The ring around it glows really nicely. You have 4 thumb screws on each tempered glass to remove it. At the back you have a bracket for your graphic card. You already have the assembled PCI Express riser, so you can place your graphic card right here. You can do, what else you could do? You could place your fans here on top to make a chimney effect, because the fans on top will push the air, well, basically pull the air up. From the bottom you have one dust filter here which is on the lower side at the back, and you have space here for your power supply as well. You get the cable automatically for the power supply, so you could plug it at the back, but you place your power supply here at the bottom. Your motherboard goes here. You have enough space for everything. So let's start assembling it. You have on top here, as you can see, the magnetic dust filter. You have the possibility to place 2 120mm fans, or you could place 2 2.5-inch SSDs instead of one 120mm fan. We're going to go with the M.2 NVMe SSD just to get more fans, more outtake, and get a better airflow through the case, of course. Now the whole case is white. You have the black brackets here for the PCI holders for your card, but basically when you remove them it's completely white. So yeah, let's open the chassis. You don't need a screwdriver to remove them since they're thumb screws, and the good thing about it, they have this slight rubberish part here on the thumb screws, so you don't scratch the surface of your tempered glass. The best thing about it, the tempered glass is also lying on the screws that are inside the case, so you just have to nicely hold it and it won't fall off. At the right bottom corner of the tempered glass you have the RAIJINTEK logo here, so you can see, and the thickness of the tempered glass is 3mm. So yeah, that's cool. Let's remove that. We have here inside some let's check what they are. I'm not quite sure. So you have screws, you have additional thumb screws, you have one cable going for your power supply, you have 3 cables here going for the front button and for the 2 USB Type-C and USB 3.0. So as I said, as you can see, the riser is already fixed with screws, 2 screws holding the riser. You just place your card and that's about it. So guys, this is it. You've seen it up close. Now let's place a build inside and, well, game, thermals, benchmarking, stuff like that. Okay guys, so we did a couple of tests on the RAIJINTEK Ophion case. This is the white mini ITX case, the mini ITX version of course, and we place almost the same components as all the other mini ITX cases I did so far. So we have the Intel Core i5-8600K, we have the MSI RTX 2060 Gaming X, we have Noctua NHL965 cooler. Now with all of these specifications, here we go. Right here I'm gaming on, first it was an ultra details PUBG. We have the GPU going up to 50% with 65 Celsius degrees and going 66, something like that. Then we have the CPU on 35%, which goes up to 52. Now I changed, this was in-game FPS cap was limited to the screen, so it was going up to 60 FPS, but placing it unlimited, it goes up to 140 FPS, ultra details. We got GPU up to 100% workload, so I would say average is 97. The temperature is currently on 73. Let's go and fast forward. So the temperature after this is 5 minutes, 6 minutes. Temperature after 7 minutes with GPU on 100% is average 82 degrees. CPU on 65 to 70% is 63 degrees. And then I switched again, placing the details on very low. Also just placing the FPS as maximum as it can get. CPU was working on 70% with 67 degrees and GPU was running at 60% and 75 degrees. So basically, if you're running on low details, if you're playing stuff like PUBG, Fortnite or anything similar that you need to lower your details, the temperature is quite alright. That means 75 degrees is still okay if you're going with air, and you do need to take into consideration that you don't have here any intake fans. You have only two as an outtake, so basically the two fans on top are just pulling the air out. You could add a fan right here at the bottom. Just it would be actually really good to add a fan here, some slim, it doesn't even have to be a slim design, but you know, you could place a fan right here at the bottom, 120 millimeter, which would basically give air to the graphic card and to the processor, might pull it down for 5 to 10 degrees depending on how much does he pull the air inside the chassis. Now also I did one more test, which is right here. This is a heavy loader for the CPU. I stress tested the CPU on 100%, and let's see, after this is 5 minutes. After 5 minutes on 100%, the temperature on the CPU goes on 75 degrees and it stops right there. So basically, I think for this kind of case, it's quite alright. You could lower the temperatures if you place one cooler, one fan here, 120 beneath, and also if you want to avoid extra dust, or if you want to avoid sound and give more, I would say, isolation to the case, you do have those parts that you place them here as a better isolation from sound. But basically, I'm really satisfied with the design of the case and two tempered glass sides. I mean, just check it out. So you could place a standard size power supply. You have more space right here on the front. As you can see, I placed the controller up here. The cables are nicely routed. If you have custom sleeved cables for your power supply, as you can see, you have loads of space here for the, you can actually go with a thicker radiator on the CPU cooler, more cooling dissipation, more heat dissipation. And as for the graphic card, there you go. So this is RTX 2060. You still have like 7 or 8 centimeters left here for space. You can't put a thicker card than this one, because you could for 2-3 millimeters, but that's basically it. So guys, thank you for watching. This was RAIJINTEK Ophion white in white version. You can see you have it in black as well. Two tempered glass sides. You have a dust filter here, and you have a dust filter for the bottom fan as well, all magnetic. You can organize your cables very nicely. There's nothing left to say. Links are below if you decide to check it out. RAIJINTEK Ophion in white. That's it. Thank you for watching. See you next time, guys, in a new video. Bye bye.